Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Mathismeyer here. I am going to teach you two things today that you are going to use in music class all the time. Those two things are echoes and using different voices. So let's start with this first one, echoes right here. I am going to ask you a lot of times to be my echo in music class. An echo is when you hear your voice bounce back to you. Look at this picture on the screen. See this boy? He's using his voice and it's going out and it's bouncing back off of a hard wall. It's reflecting back to him. So after he says something, he hears his own voice come back to him. So if he were to say, hello, and then he waits for a second and listens, he's going to hear his own voice bounce back. Hello. It's pretty cool. And we're going to be doing echoes a lot in this class. I, a lot of times, will ask you to be my echo. So we're going to practice it right now. That means when I say something or do something or make a sound, you're going to wait till I'm finished, and then you're going to do that same thing back to me. All right, you ready? We're going to give it a try. Some of these are pretty silly, so be ready. Let's start with an easy one. All right, be my echo. Hello. Yeah. Ooh, that was fun. How about another one? Woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Woo. Zip. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, 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 nya. Woo! All right, great job. That was awesome. Those are called echoes, and we're going to use them often. So when I say be my echo, now you know that that means I do something first, you repeat it back when I'm finished. Excellent. Now let's go to our second objective today, which is voices. You might be thinking in your head, Miss Mathismeyer, I have one voice. What do you mean? Well, you do have one voice, but you can use it in a lot of different ways. So let's talk about some of those different ways that you may need to use your voice in school and in my music class. All right, our first one, our speaking voice. This girl is using her speaking voice. Your speaking voice is the one that I'm using right now. It's your regular talking voice. And it's the one you're going to use most often in your daily life and at school. And it just sounds like what I'm doing right now, regular talking. When I show you this girl, can you say, this is my speaking voice? Let's give it a try. This is my speaking voice. Your turn. Let's try it again. This is my speaking voice. Your turn. Great. Now there's other ways we can use our voice too. Let's change over to this boy. This boy is using his voice in a different way. He's using what's called a whispering voice. Have you ever had to talk really quietly? Maybe your baby brother or sister is sleeping, or your mom's doing some work on the telephone, and you have to be really quiet so you don't disturb the other people in your house. You might have to use that really quiet voice called your whispering voice. It sounds like this. Give it a try. It's really quiet. Ready? Make sure you're not very loud. You want to be very quiet. Try it again. This is my whispering voice. Okay, so that's another voice you have to use at school a lot. Sometimes you'll be working with a partner and the whole class is working together and you don't want to disturb anyone else, so you'll be using that quiet whispering voice. All right, so we've got one more to talk about right now. This boy is using his shouting voice. It's very loud. It's more of an outside voice. You don't normally use this inside because it's so loud. It hurts our ears and it bothers other people. Maybe if you were playing outside at the playground, that's a good place that you might want to use your calling voice. Now, I know that I just said we don't normally use it, but we're going to use it one time inside to see how it sounds. You ready? We're going to say, "This is my shouting voice!" Ah, so loud. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. That's why we don't normally use it inside. So let's get rid of him. We don't need him right now, but we will use these two a lot. This is my speaking voice. Try it again. And this is my whispering. Go ahead. We have speaking voice. This is my speaking voice. This is my whispering. Now in music class, we have another voice we use a lot. It's called our singing voice. And it sounds like this. This is my singing voice. Go ahead, give that a try. This is my singing voice. Very good. When I ask you to use your singing voice in music class, that's what I'm talking about. Not our speaking voice, not our whispering voice, our singing voices. We use it all the time in music class. All right, so we've learned two things just now. We learned about what an echo is. That's when I ask you to do something and you echo it back to me. And we learned about our different voices. We have a speaking voice. This is my speaking voice. Whispering voice. This is my whispering. Shouting voice. This is my shouting voice. And our singing voice. This is my singing voice.